Shane Dawson is quite the interesting character. He's been on YouTube for the majority of the time this website has been around. In that time, he's changed more than most YouTubers ever do. He's made vlogs, skits, conspiracy videos, and now the widely successful documentary series, which will be the focus of today's video. But despite how much his content develops, his personality and approach to things has stayed very much the same. The people that tend to get the most views and attention online are usually those who are the most charismatic, unique, and interesting. You inherently have to stand out of the crowd in one way or another if you want long-term success on YouTube or in the media in general. And this is something that Shane has an abundance of. Because of his charming personality, his fans get very attached to him, which leads them to be very loyal, as they have been for more than a decade. While Shane has been in a fair share of his controversies, he has always ended up above the criticism, and for good reason. Communication is undoubtedly the most important part about human interaction. Being able to properly talk to people without them coming out of the conversation hating you can be seen as a very valuable trait. Shane Dawson has a very clear understanding of how to talk to people in a way that makes them trusting of him, as well as them being friends with him by the end of it. He comes off as the kind of person that you could sit down with and talk to about just about anything, whether that thing would be serious or personal, but he doesn't go about it by continually complimenting them or telling them that they're right. Instead, he's very honest and confronting. He can ask very serious questions without having the other person feel uncomfortable when answering it.
You talked about some, abuse, and that was a big thing, right? It was, talking about Jake hurting you off camera and, being abusive to you. I don't know 100% if that's real or what really happened.
Yeah.
Alyssa, Violet, and Jake broke up because there was a lot of abuse.
I wasn't getting abused every night when he came home from work. It was never physical abuse.
Once the conversation is over, the people he talks to usually tend to feel better about themselves and the topic itself.
I know, I definitely feel better. I feel like a weight came off me.
When figuring out what makes him so likable, you have to consider why people would be willing to sit down and talk with him to begin with. Clearly, people trust him. But why? It's a combination of multiple things. Firstly, his reputation. He's never been known to be the sort of person that will betray your trust. He's not going to take private information about you and make an exposed video. And people have confidence in that because it's not something that he's ever done before. People need to know that you don't have an agenda. When Shane confronts someone, it's not because he wants to make them look bad, but instead it's because he wants to figure things out and find the truth in a particular situation. Knowing that, people are much more willing to open up to him and be honest when it comes to just about everything. If he asks a hard question, they are far more likely to tell the truth, even if they were wrong. Before asking questions like these, Shane is very careful to let the person that he's asking know that he's going to ask a serious question. The reason this helps is because it gives people the option not to answer if they don't want to, but if it's something that really needs to be known, he'll oftentimes make it clear that he doesn't like asking the question to begin with. This establishes that he doesn't dislike them as a person, but he might have a problem with their actions.
I'm gonna ask you something that could make you look really bad, but it is something that bothered me when I heard it.
When facing serious consequences, people tend to consider whether they should tell the truth or not. If the truth is going to hurt somebody's reputation or career, they don't always want to come forward with it. Because of the fact that Shane won't use information to attack the person, the consequences of telling him incriminating information is much more bearable than telling the same thing to someone like Colossal is Crazy or iDubbbz. Shane wants to fix the situation, not destroy it even further. And that's how Shane gets people to be honest. We can all learn a lesson from how Shane treats tough situations, and what I think he's doing is good. There has always been a good amount of people that will follow the latest trend when things like this become popular, and honestly, I'd rather see people taking influence from someone like Shane Dawson compared to other YouTubers like iDubbbz with his Content Cop series. I say this because it influences people to take a more objective stance and actually promotes sympathy, which I think is something that a lot of content creators on YouTube are missing these days. While you could consider Shane Dawson a winner in this whole situation because of how successful his videos are, he has a unique talent for making everyone the winner.